good day everybody. Mike here from Northeastern Dirt and Property Maintenance. I'm out in the shop right now and it's cold out. Winter has now came upon us. It's supposed to warm up this week, but this morning up here it was about minus 13 degrees, so it's fairly chilly. But anyway, got another addition here to the shop. Something I just picked up behind us, and something new to me. I've never operated one before, so let's have a little look. Check this out. All right, as you can tell, another Kubota product enters the shop here. B-26 tractor loader backhoe. And Kubota's always made a line of commercial grade tractor loader backhoes. They're actually the only one that has stuck with the line of TLBs. John Deere's 110, John Deere gave up on that. I have no idea why John Deere quit making the 110, because that was a nice little machine and it come with a factory cab. And we'll talk about that later. But anyway, just got this thing in last night. It's completely salt sprayed everywhere. And if you look, it's been sprayed all over with road salt. Even though I hate road salt and rust, and underneath this road salt though, this thing is in immaculate condition. I'm talking pristine. With the exception of the bucket, it's been used, but not used hard. This machine does not come from anybody commercial, doesn't come from a landscaper, doesn't come from any of that. This machine originally come from an older gentleman, small hobby farm. He put it up for sale and somebody else got to it and they bought it from him right away. Well, I'm actually the third owner. The second owner did nothing with it. So he did virtually nothing with it. So I seen it on the internet and I snapped it up right away. Again, this is one of those tractors here. I'll talk more about the B-26, but I'm going to clean it up first. And we're going to do a pressure wash in this thing. But anyway, super low hour, 2020 tractor. And I'm the third owner of this tractor, but really, nobody's put any hours in this tractor. This tractor here is not only showing, but I verified it just by looking at this tractor. 123 original hours. So it's got virtually no hours on it and it shows everywhere. And I'm going to clean it up first, but I'm not going to show you. I just wanted to show you a before shot of how dirty this thing is with all the road salt all over it and the salt spray. And I can tell you this machine has never been touched by any WD-40, any moving linkage parts on here, nothing. Everything here in this is bone dry, with the exception of grease fittings. Nobody's ever went in and done the extra detailing of any swivel or moving parts in this. You know, your cables, your linkage pins, all that. Nobody has ever lubricated them, which is pretty typical because most owners don't. Well, I do, and I'm going to wash this all up, and then I'm going to lubricate this whole thing. I'm going to wipe it down, clean it up, and I'm going to do an oil change on it, and that's where we are right now. So this is the latest addition to the shop. We'll see what happens for the future of this machine, whatever. Who knows? I just got it in here, and I'm going to go over this machine, and like I say, it doesn't need much, but I'm going to get at it. was just waiting for a sunny day where I could wash that Subaru. Oh, and off topic, the reason that there's a Subaru Forester sitting here, 2019, super low K. But anyway, we got rid of the Toyota Corolla she was driving, and for one reason only. Guess what? We love that Toyota Corolla. It couldn't make it up this hill in the wintertime with snow tires on the front. You get a snowy night, she couldn't make it up the hill. So we sold it outright, and it sold pretty quick, that Toyota Corolla. 6-speed manual, bought a Subaru Forester. Holy shit. That Forester laughs at snow. It eats snow. It looks for snow just to go through. That thing loves it. And hence, we love that Subaru. There's no doubt about it. I can't say enough about, from what I've seen from Subaru, love them. Love them. And if things keep going the way they're going, you know what? I think the ultimate retirement vehicle for a guy like me, of course, years down the road, I'd look at a Subaru. I love them things. I took that thing through the deepest snow this winter all around the backyard. Didn't spin a tire. That thing just hooks up, man, and goes. And here it comes. She's coming back for some unknown reason. Look at this beauty. And look at the ground clearance when it comes in. That thing is sick. Okay, she forgot something, guaranteed. Okay, so let's forget about the Subaru. It's not the star of the show right now, even though it's good. But look how clean that B26 come out, you guys. Nice, clean, original B26. Now I'm going to let the sun bake it. And you'll see it's got some scratches. It's got a scratch there. And it also has a couple scratches on the hood, but not much. All right, so I'm going to let this thing sun dry, and I'm going to take it in the shop. Look, she can't even remember to bring her wallet when she goes to town. Unbelievable. Look at that thing. I love the clearance. I can't help it. Look. Nice vehicle, man. I love it. And we put 4 brand new steel wheels and 4 snow tires on that Subaru. She's a snow eater. Okay. So I'm going to let this thing sun bake. We'll let it unthaw, dry out, because it's fairly cold, but it's supposed to warm up. And then I'll take it back in the shop and we'll go over a few things. We'll go over all the specs in this thing too. All right, good morning, everybody. I just got back from town, and I had to buy myself a little bit of lubricant. So, day 2 on this cleanup. And I'm just going over right now all the pivot points in this tractor underneath, and I'm running that, and I always do that crown right there, that lubricant and rust inhibitor right there. It's not like fluid film or anything. It's much more viscous. It does run a little bit, but that's what I use. But anyway, she's coming along nice. If you have a look at that thing. So it is coming along good, very good. And I guess it should come along very good, because I spent the whole day yesterday morning with that pressure washing. I cleaned that all up, and then I brought it in, dried it out in the sun a little bit, brought it in here, and I stayed last night till after dinner all day detailing this thing. And I've hit a lot of nooks and crannies on this thing. And like I said before, detailing a machine like this when it comes in the shop, with that really fine detail and cleaning and polishing and having a look, just allows you to look at the machine, like I've said before, and find any flaws in the system. Anything that you may not have noticed before when it was dirty, well, you sure can notice it now when you go over the machine. But you know what? This machine here is probably about as close to new as you're going to get. For a 4-year-old machine with 123 hours, it's probably the cleanest machine that I've ever bought used. Well, that Coyote tractor's no slouch either with 80 hours on it now. I bought that Coyote with 50 hours. Now it's got 80 hours on it, so It's no slouch either, and it's very clean. But anyway, that's what I'm on today. And this B-26 tractor loader backhoe, it's coming beautifully. What's left to do on this thing too, I got to do all the hinge points a little bit more with that crown, and I need to do an oil change. 123 hours on it, and I'll show you. If you look at it right there, that's the last time the oil was changed. 54-hour service when it was new, 2020, and it's hardly been used, that machine. So it's got 123 hours on it now. It's time for oil change. And if I see oil in a machine that's 4 years old from 2020 with this machine with the hours, I don't get shaken up at all. I look at the oil and there's no signs of condensation in there from any water, from running the machine too cold and shutting it off. The oil looks good in this machine. It's darker, but it doesn't scare me at all. The hours are too low, so I'm going to dump this oil and I'm going to put in, I think I've got Mobile over there, Delvac 1540, and I don't have any Rotella 1540, so I'm putting the that Delvac 1540 and semi-synthetic, I believe, will go in this tractor. Not synthetic, not conventional, semi, a little bit of both, and it's good oil. I run it in lots of stuff, so that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to block heat it, start it up, run it up and down the driveway a few times, and I've got to check the oil filter number and see if I've got a filter for that thing too. And I'll show you how nice this thing is for servicing. All you do with this tractor, pull your lever, pop the hood, and it's got a steel hood on it to this. And what's nice about this machine, watch. If you want to service this tractor, you loosen off these two knobs right here. You can take that plastic grill right off the front, and I'll show you something else that's slick. Very easy to service. Every tractor should be built like this. Every tractor. And these side panels, they're lickety split. Right there. Boom. There. And there. And that allows you to take your side panels right off this. Both sides. And it's even better with the loader up. But I'm not starting the tractor up cold for this. So, grill and both side panels, you can get all the way at this motor. And it's a slick design. Every tractor should be designed like this. Let's face it, the easier it is to get at stuff, the easier it's going to be to maintain it, and the more guys are going to be apt to maintain it and take care of it a little better. If it's really hard to get at and it's a pain in the ass through engineering, you know, guys are less prone to maintain them. And all I really want to do is get access to this oil filter right here to see if I have the number for the filter. But anyway, that just shows you how easy it is to get at this machine. Very slick design. All right, and another feature this tractor has, you can take that backhoe off that tractor right there, and you can get the optional 3-point kit that the original owner purchased with this. It's snapped underneath the tractor, believe it or not. On each side of the loader frame rails, this is your whole 3-point hitch adapter here, right there, and it's complete. And let me tell you, it's expensive at Kubota, because what happens is a lot of these guys buy these B-26s, construction company, landscape, whatever. They take these 3-point hitch kits off the tractor for whatever reason. They sell the tractor and you don't get the kit. And there it lays on a shelf somewhere. So many times I've seen these tractors without the 3-point hitch kit. And those are expensive. I wouldn't be surprised if you had to pay close to $1,000 for this 3-point hitch kit for that tractor. Because I think I priced them before, and they were 800 and change Canadian. So it's a nice feature, and the original owner, he had them. But you know what? It's never been off the tractor, and the balls are seized. These are seized up. Not a big deal, I'll free them up. But I put penetrating oil on them last night, and the guy I bought the tractor from, he said, I've never had them off. And he said, I doubt the original owner ever had them off, because this tractor's really never been used much. So that just goes to show you, if you leave them underneath the tractor, all they do is they attract dirt, rust, and next thing you know, everything seizes up. So I'm going to put this on a shelf, and if I ever sell this tractor loader backhoe, obviously the next guy is going to need that 3-point hitch, because That's a very versatile machine. You take that backhoe off, you can turn this little B-26 into a 3-point hitch tractor. You can use all your 3-point hitch implements on it. That's what's nice about the B-26. It's not just a commercial backhoe. You can pull it off and you can put a 3-point hitch kit. So I just thought I'd show you guys that. And here's where it goes. Right there. These pins right there and that pin right there. Those pins that stick up, they just go through your spherical bearings on the end of your 3-point hitch. They just slide over there and you pin it on. Each side's got one, and that's where your 3-point hitch kit sits. It's pinned right to the frame. Just thought you'd like to see that. And I think I got a filter for this tractor. I just looked at it. I can't get the number off there because of the position of the filter, but I do believe it takes this generic filter, and I have lots of them on there. So we'll get at her. I'm going to heat this tractor up and we're going to dump that oil. All right, let's dump this oil. We got to split double plugs on this. 2 plugs on this oil pan too, you'll notice, with a drive shaft coming right down the middle with these. Okay, 2020 oil is coming out. That's just how it is. I gotta open that top cap. That's why. All right, here comes the air. There you go. All right, I stand corrected. Mobile Delvac conventional 1540 heavy diesel oil. I thought it was a synthetic blend, but it's not on this stuff. Not that it matters. Because I change it all, synthetic blend or conventional. I change them all. About every 100 hours, it gets changed. And this machine takes 3 liters. Hopefully we got 3 liters left in this 20-liter jug. Hopefully. We'll go 3.25 liters with that filter. And there we go. Kind of nice in this jug because it tells you right there, 3 liters, 3.5. We're going to put 3 1/4 in with a new filter. That I haven't put in yet. And running and that's typical. I just checked the oil filter on that, and that's a typical oil filter on those triple cylinder diesels right there. This 32094, very common with a lot of those 3-cylinder diesels. In fact, it's probably the same one that goes on my zero turn. I don't know, but it's very, very common. And I bought a whole pile of these when the price was good at them. Actually, these are several years old. Genuine Kubota. All right, let's get rid of this 4-year-old oil filter. Boy, they got her shoehorned in here, I tell you. Radiator hose rubbing on the filter on one side. I'm not too keen on that. I don't like that. There's no reason for that. Little on that seal, little on the threads. And the hours go on every filter I got. I want to know exactly how often the oil's getting changed. I don't care about when. It doesn't matter to me. I just want to know the hours on the oil. Now, the real question in the real world is, how tight do you put an oil filter on? Well, I'll show you how tight I put an oil filter on. I tighten it up as much as I can tighten it up by hand, and then I give it that little extra right there. Not only because I can see the hours right there nicely, it is firm. So I firm it up with my hands. A lot of guys say you should never touch a filter with a wrench when you're putting on. That's all fine, but you know what? This isn't by any means over tightened. So it's on there, snug but not over tight. So there's our brand new filter. $15.40, fairly heavy in the wintertime. And that's where the block heater comes in on these small diesels. And I always recommend, and I've done it before myself, if you got something without a block heater in it and you can't block heat, run yourself 10W30. Like I say, Dello 400 or even Delvac, whatever. Anything, any heavy duty diesel engine oil, 10W30. And there's lots of manufacturers out there that make it. So don't think you always got to run 1540 in a diesel, because you don't. Cold weather oil, 10W30, way less cranking amps, way less draw, spins over faster. And like I say, if you aren't block heating, I would recommend put 10W30 in there for winter. Heavy duty diesel oil, they make it, and you'll find it. It's out there. Very, very simple tractor. The simplest of all, actually. To even get at your dipstick right here on top of the motor. So just let that drain back for a second. All right, so that was, the manual calls for about 3 liters without a new filter, I assume. So I'm at 3 liters and I'm 2/3 of the way between add and full. And you know what? I'm going more. So there we sit. Right there. Just slightly below the full mark. Just slightly. So by the time everything settles back to the pan, we're good. Okay, and that takes care of that. And that is an oil change on this. On that B-26. New filter, new mobile Delvac, that 1300 Super, conventional 1540. I thought it was a synthetic blend, but it's not a big deal. It just says long engine life formula. Doesn't matter. Just change the oil on a regular basis. And the worst thing you can do with this diesel engine, or any diesel engine, you guys that got tractors, are cold diesel startups in the winter and not running them to operating temperature. That is the worst thing you can do. When you start up these diesels, start them up to run them. And the harder you work them, within reason of course, the better it is for those things to run at operating temperatures and burn hot, especially the new DPF units. And I'm like, you know what? I'm so glad that this B-26, this does not have any emissions on it whatsoever. And straight up triple cylinder diesel, 25 horse basically, and old school diesel. That's it. All right, so we're done. We can call that a wrap. All right, you guys, I've cleaned it up, detailed it quite a bit, and I got rid of that 2020 oil. Like I said, not the end of the world, but I want to start from fresh and know what's been done to this tractor. And when I go to North Bay to the dealer, I will pick up a high stat. I won't change a high stat oil in this right now, but I'm going to throw a high stat filter on this, another one, so I know for my peace of mind that it's got a brand new high stat filter. So, and we'll go from there. Okay, thank you. Pretty simple outrigger setup. 2 sticks. Those outriggers got pretty damn big cylinders on them too, for the size of the machine, so it'll throw that machine all over. It'll lift the whole ass end of that machine up and it'll swing it from side to side. I just don't have the backhoe controls down pat yet. All right, as you can see, I'm fumbling around with that stick, trying to figure out those controls, but that'll come right quick. So anyway, that machine's got a pretty good reach on it. Nice little setup. So really now all I got to do is go underneath. I'm going to lubricate all the linkages. Anywhere where your treadle pedal, where anything moves, and I'm just going to make sure that's all sprayed. But thanks for tuning in, you guys, and having a look at this B-26. Handy little rig, and I think I'm going to like it, that's for sure. All right, thanks for tuning in. I'll talk to you later.